Hi there, artists. I'm going to go over a way that you can paint a sky with all of these watercolor techniques and processes. So we might or might not be doing this project, but I'm going to show you the sky right now. So the first thing that I want to talk about is probably a new word called analogous. So this is our trusty color wheel. Analogous means colors that are next to each other on the color wheel. I'm going to paint the sky using analogous colors, colors that are next to each other on the color wheel. So that word is pretty hard to say, but it is a very common art word. So let's practice together. I'll say it first, and then I'd like you to say it after me. Analogous. Okay, so on the original one, the analogous colors that I chose were purples and blues. So I used kind of this family. I'm going to show you some different analogous colors on this one where I have orange, red, and this one, I think it's meant to be hot pink. It's a little faded, folks. So I'm going to use these analogous colors. So we can always change, and it's sort of three colors next to each other, usually on the color wheel, are the analogous colors. Before I do any of that, though, before I paint, I'm going to show you the magic trick that maybe you've seen in the past, but I'm going to use oil pastels. You could also use crayons, and I'm going to choose just a couple lighter colors. I guess I can choose an orange too. And I'm going to put whatever I want in the sky. So your sky might be sunset or sunrise or nighttime or even during the day. So you can make a moon or a sun. Maybe I'm going to put a setting sun on this one. And I'm going to color it in. I can color it with the same color or a different one. Again, this trick that I'm going to show you can work with oil pastels or crayons, but I've got to color it well. Remember, oil pastels are soft. If I moosh my fingers all around, I will smudge my drawing. And in this case, I don't want to do that. Sometimes you do want to do that, not this time, but I can layer and have fun thinking about different ways I can add things and making sure that not only am I adding things, I'm doing my best work possible. Have you ever noticed that sometimes when the sun sets, you can start to see some stars or swirlies? So you can use white. I'm going to put a couple swirlies with white that you don't see very much right now, but remember, I am going to do a magic trick. What? Did you notice I was coloring things down here? That is still the sky, all right? The sky goes all the way down to the horizon line, and in this picture, my horizon line is the edge of the paper. So this is all sky. Maybe I'll make some stars, even though I've got a setting sun. Remember that the way I like to make stars, there's lots of right answers, is an X with a T shape on it. Okay. So play and have fun. I'm going fast because you're not here to watch me art. And I'm going back to those analogous colors that I picked out. I've got those, I've got red, hot pink, and orange. It doesn't matter which one I start with, but I wipe it on the lips so it doesn't drip. These are liquid watercolors. Wow, can you see that? Can you see what I drew? Especially the things in the white. The oil pastel resist the water in the watercolor. There's the hot pink. It almost looks like the red, doesn't it? And the orange. And I could play around, and I'm going really fast because, again, you're not here to watch me. It's okay if you go over things. See how it beads and it'll sort of dry and shove that off. So if it was up to me, I probably wouldn't have done that, but I wanted to show you what happens if you paint on a larger thing. All right, so your paper might slightly start to curve. This, by the way, is watercolor paper, which is the nicest paper that we have, at least in our art room. And it's meant for, I bet you guessed it, watercolor. Oh, did I forget to wash my brush in between there? Okay, sometimes I forget because I'm so busy talking to you. So one of the watercolor processes that we used was experimenting with oil pastel, but there's another one. So what I'm going to do is give your table a small cup of salt. Do not eat this or I will take it away. And then what I'm going to do is take a pinch, just like when you're eating your food, you don't want to over salt. And I'm going to put maybe one more baby pinch on my art. Not a ton. Do not put a ton, otherwise it won't work. That doesn't look so great, does it? But when it dries, let me show you what the salt does. The salt is going to work like a sponge, and it's going to suck up all the paint, and it's going to give this starburst effect all over your watercolor. So there are a couple new watercolor techniques for you. I'm going to go ahead and gently put this on the drying rack, and then I'll show you more about this in the next art class. Happy arting!